Buccaneers Observer. This is Ralph Phillip. What's up, Kate? Kate is first in the house. Hey, this is Ralph Phillips, by the way. If I didn't say that, yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna look at some game film. I know it's late, and what's going up, Craig? I'm not late. You're early. Yeah, this is the offense we're going to look at from the Week 18 game against the Panthers. We beat them. It's a close game. 18-16, I think. What was the final score? 16-14. Yeah. Yeah, they should have won this game. And it's so wild because watching the broadcast version, when I was watching the game, I was like, all right, Bucks are doing good. We're playing good football and we're beating them and everything. But then you watch the All-22, different story. That's one of the reasons why I love the game film, is because the vast majority of the time you get a different version of the game. You get to see more details. And I wish I wouldn't have with this game. I wish I would have been left, because I quite honest with you, I'm kind of depressed. I have been, because I went from being like, all right, we pulled it off. We won the last game. We were in it. We were fighting for coach. Guys hadn't given up. We put up a good effort. We won the game. Now we just got to wait for, what's up, Marty Rules? Thank you, sir. It's going towards my dinner tonight. And get my McDonald's. I think Molly's making dinner. I don't know. But, watching the defense, All-22, I was just flabbergasted. I was like, we did not look. Somebody's knocking on my door, I think. It's one of the kids. Hold on one second. Are you finished already? Are you finished? Don't sound like you're finished. So you gotta stop crying. I don't know where mom is. Go downstairs. I don't know where your pencil is. Go downstairs, mom. Sorry about that. Anyhow, yeah. So defense was they played atrocious, absolutely atrocious. I counted 5, 6 busted coverages, missed tackles. We won in the uncalled penalties. We were doing some stuff that we should have got flagged for, but they didn't. The refs were not good in this game, but relatively it was a decent game clean wise, but we definitely had the advantage in uncalled penalties. And we just, our defense coverage was just, it was horrible. It was bad. Vita wasn't playing well. He didn't seem like he was into it. Very sluggish and everything. Anyhow, we got zero pressure on their quarterback. We touched him once in the first half, and then we touched him again in the fourth quarter. Other than that, we didn't touch him. We blitzed 7 times. Just no pressure at all. I'm going to show you this. See if I can get. See there at the bottom, right here. This shows how many times our defensive line beat their offensive line. So you got 94 beat 64 once, 94 beat their left tackle 79 once, and Yaya beat their left tackle 79 once. That's throughout the whole game. 3 times. And all of those happened in the fourth quarter. Okay. Watching the offense. Look at this. Look at that. Right here. They absolutely dominated our offensive line. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. And, I don't like being a pessimistic dude, especially when it comes to the Bucs. I lean more towards Gotti's attitude, pure optimist, than I do, fire them all and, just burn it all down or get rid of this player. I actually very, very much try to avoid that. But we just got dominated at the line of scrimmage. Their offensive line dominated our defensive line, and their defensive line just beat the crap out of our offensive line. Weak links were Feeney. He was a horrible game. Then Michael Jordan, horrible game. Then Gedeke, horrible game. Wirfs had a pretty bad game. The best one was Barton, who he only got beat twice. But the scary thing about it is they're building a good team over there. And the same thing with Atlanta and the same thing with the Saints. I don't feel like we are. I feel like our guys are regressing. And a lot of people have been calling on Jason Light to be kicked out and everything. And, I like Jason Light, but our guys are we can't have this. And this was a must-win game. We won it, but we only won it because of the refs and because of Baker Mayfield scrambling on third downs. That's the only reason why we won this game. Only reason why. We should have lost this game. We should have. They were the better team by far. And I hate saying it. And I'll tell you, it doesn't really look like we really tried. Our offensive game plan was really just run the ball, kind of like last time we played them. And we did end up with, 7, 8, 15 minutes more time of possession than they did. I think we ran it 45 times compared to 20 passes. 22, somewhere like that. The passing was it was really an afterthought in this game for us. But it was just a bad performance for a must-win game. That's what was scary about it. This was a must-win game, and we just really played like we didn't care to win. Right off the bat, we had 2 uncalled holds against 94. Ashawn Robinson, he's good. 94 is good. Ashawn Robinson. 95 is a beast. He's a monster. Derek Brown. Nick Scorton's pretty good. But Cam Jackson's pretty good, 92. But 97, 95, 94... Gosh, 95 was just beating the crap out of everybody. But as I'm saying, they're getting better. Their defense and offense is surpassing ours. We're going down, they're going up. Whatever. It's sad to see. It was sad to see. Okay, so right off the bat, we held 94 twice, back-to-back plays. Then 65 ends up pancaking on the third play. Fourth play, 60 holds 94. So in the first series, the first 4 plays, we had 3 holdings that should have been called against us. I don't know why we went from strictly gap power running to zone like we have, but I don't think it was very effective. 56, Christian Roseboom, he's good. Our receivers just didn't get any separation. They didn't even look like they were trying a whole lot. 95, Derek Brown, he was just throwing our guys around. Baker scrambling, again, was our biggest weapon. That's just so unsustainable. So unsustainable. Baker was basically our whole team this year, this whole year. Our team won or lost on Baker's scrambling abilities. And we had our tight ends blocking their outside linebackers in this game so dang much. I'd probably say 50% of the time. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And it went about how you would expect it. But the thing, we're going to look at some of it, and I'm going to be like, this is how outside linebackers are supposed to handle tight ends that try to block them. But anyhow, this is not going to be a fun. It's going to be entertaining, but it's not going to be a very fun look at our team here. But we're going to do it. We're going to do it. This is the last all 22 of the season. We got to do it. Just get it over with. What are y'all saying in chat? Zebra, what's up, man? B-Mock. Tom. Broke tackle. I see you. Let's see. Who are we talking about? What we got going on? Kate said Canales playing the long game, losing this one, so we'd keep Todd. That'd be funny. That's some 4D chess right there. How you doing, Broke Tackle? You doing good, brother? No, Craig, no, Craig. Our defense played like crap. Our defense played like crap in this game, which totally shocked me. Completely shocked me when I watched all 22. We got zero pressure on Bryce, and the only reason why we did good is because he's such a horrible quarterback. Well, Bryce Young is such a bad quarterback. It doesn't really matter if you get pressure on him. It's actually probably better because he just can't make good decisions back there. And he's so, I hate the way he throws. I really do. He throws, his mechanics are just garbage. But, a lot of dropped passes, a lot of falling down. They did a lot of falling down. It was wet and all that good stuff. But we really didn't do anything in this game. We did have the one good interception. Who was that? It wasn't Izzy, and it was I can't remember. Anyhow, it was a good interception. Jacobs, good interception. Other than that, it really wasn't good, but not a whole lot about this defense that was good. We had so much busted coverage. We had 5 busted coverage plays, and those are just the ones that I could recognize as busted coverage. I counted up, I think, 7 plays that I couldn't identify the defense at all, so there was no way for me to tell if it was busted coverage. So there's a possibility we had 12 busted coverage plays, but I know for a fact we had 5. 5. Now, you're going to have some, 1 or 2 a game. It's about normal. But 5 in a must-win game? It's just not. Okay. What do Seattle, San Francisco, and Texans have in common? Good defenses. Yeah, Mike McDaniel interview Friday. Yeah, for the offensive coordinator job. Yeah. I wouldn't be mad about that. Would not be mad. Oh, since the bye week. Okay, I got you. Since the bye, no, it was a horrible game for defense. All 3 aspects of this team sucked in this game. Special teams were horrible. Defense was bad. Offense was bad. And this was a must-win game to try to keep Todd Bowles his job. We were all thinking, and I'm sure the players were thinking that too. And a lot of these players are trying to keep their job. And for them to put a performance on the field like this, some serious bad stuff going on. I know it did. Right, Zebra? It does feel like the season ended a long time ago. Yeah, I'm watching the film, and I'm like, I don't remember this play. It's like, man, that was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we beat all those teams. That's right. Yeah. Look, I'm so far behind on the chat. Everybody's answering the chats already. Yeah, I think they were mental too, Zebra. I don't think it's, and I'm saying this about all the players this year. I just can't evaluate anybody this year because it's just everything just went downhill so fast, so hard. It's impossible to say whether a play like Elijah Roberts, I mean, he just disappeared, and he played a lot of snaps, and he was a non-factor. But I just can't say whether he's a good player or not because this team just collapsed. So as far as like evaluation of players individually, I just can't do it. So to me, it's just there's a whole cloud, a dark cloud over this team that nobody could break out of. So I'm basically giving everybody a mulligan this year. What else can you do except burn it all down, right? Yeah, why would we pass? We only got Evans, Godwin, and McMillan. I know, right? When we get all of our wide receivers back healthy, that's when we decide we're going to run the ball 50 times a game. Our team practices against itself. Hey, that's an issue. Right, yeah. Remember when that happened, Craig, with Jameis Winston? The year before he threw 30 interceptions, everybody was just like guffawing about how awesome our secondary was in practice. They were like, man, they're getting interceptions left and right. They're just dominating. Man, we're going to have 50 interceptions this year. Come to find out, it was Jameis Winston was just throwing interceptions all the dang time. And our defense went out there and couldn't get any interceptions because they were used to Jameis throwing it right to them. Right, yeah, we beat Seattle, San Francisco, and Texans. Yeah, yeah. How do we do that? What happened, man? What happened? Yeah, maybe Kate. That's a huge possibility, but it didn't work. Maybe these guys, figured it was a time for a change at the head position. They might like Todd Bowles, but they might know he's not. He's met his threshold. His ceiling has been bumped into. I don't know. Don't know. I mean, I don't want to say these guys quit, but if this is them giving their all, we're in a lot of trouble because their all is not going to be enough. A few said for Todd to give up play calling duties. Hey, he'll never do it, though. I don't think. I thought maybe that would have been a condition for him to keep his job. The Glazers saying that, but I don't know. I'm still of the opinion they could still get rid of him. They're just waiting to see how things shake out. By the way, I don't know if y'all noticed on the thumbnail, that's Tristan Wirfs right there. Here is Baker Mayfield. Tristan Wirfs got tossed on this play, completely tossed. Let's rewind it, and you can see it. This was like in the third quarter. 94, they twist around. 94 just tosses it. Watch this. Just woof. Look at that. And then 94 goes after Baker. It was like this the whole game. They just dominated us. But then, again, a 22-yard catch and run here to Cade Otton that Baker was able to get. I'm telling you, Baker's scrambling was the only thing that we won this. The only thing that kept us from getting dominated in this game. But if you can look right here, Mike Evans is open for a touchdown. He's going to blaze. He's open. He's open. He's open because they thought for sure they had Mayfield. He was all over the place. They just totally gave up on covering guys because they thought they had him. And then boop. But yeah, look at Wirfs. He just now got up. This is a bad game, man. Shockingly bad. All right, we're just going to go through chronologically and look at things. All right. Here, 88 cut blocks, 11. Again, so much right here. So many times our tight ends were blocking their outside linebackers. I don't know what the blocking scheme. I mean, we would have a lot of duos. We'd have a lot of guys teamed up, double teaming, and then we would leave a tight end on a outside linebacker, their edge rusher, and they'd usually get destroyed. The edge rusher or the tight end would. This is not one of those plays. Okay, 60 holds 94 here. Right there. Okay, just want to put that out there. Good run, though. On this one, 67 holds 94. Right here. Right there. This is the second play of the game. So we're in 2 plays in the game. We've already got what should have been 2 holds. Now look at this. Okay, you've got kind of a double team here. He's looking to go second level. 88 just goes right by 11, outside linebacker here. That's one of their premier edge rushers. And we got 14 blocking him. Come on, man. This is not a good blocking scheme. I'm sorry. And of course, 11 gets off the block and makes the tackle. 65 pancakes 94 here. Don't get used to this. This is the third play of the game. Boom, there you go. See, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. You take him down and then you lay on him. That's how you're supposed to do it. Tom's ready to trade worse. Uncalled penalty, 60 holds 94. 94 has been held, 3 times so far? This is the 4th play. And again, almost the same exact thing as before. You can see 67 gets beat by 95. 95 just dominated. He doesn't make the tackle here, but the 95 just dominated everybody on our line except Wirfs. Wirfs actually got the best of him a couple times. But Wirfs did get beat by 94 twice and 98 once. And then here we go. This is the 3rd time so far that we've had our tight end blocking 11. 3rd time. And it goes about kind of how you would expect. 11 gets off the block, gets in on the tackle. Look at 14 goes to block 7. 7 just shoulders him right off. And it comes in. These guys make the tackle. It was a theme in this game to have our tight ends blocking their outside linebackers. It drove me crazy. 3rd and 4. This is the 2nd series, 3rd and 4. And this is what happens when you stand in the pocket with pressure coming in your face. This is a nice by Baker. Look at this, coming. Come, just throw it. There you go. Stand there in the pocket and throw it. Not the best foundation in the world, but he throws it. And look at this. Whoop, boink. The penalty is on defense there, by the way. See? You don't have to scramble. Not every time. But I say that, but scrambling is the reason why we won in this game. I did like that, though. Pressure coming right in your face. Stand there. Do it. Okay, here we go. 62 gets beat by 97. 65 gets beat by 95. And 60 whiffs on blocking 56. So this is the second offensive series. So 62, he gets beat by 97. Look at that. Just goes right around him. There's 97 is right here right now. If you don't remember, he started off in front of 92 or 62 and ends up behind it. Whoop, right there. Look at that. Man, just no chance there. 65 gets beat by 95 on a stunt. Oh, no. He pulls. 95 is good, man. This guy is good. Boom, just shrugs him off. Look at that. He's over here. He's over here making a tackle. I mean, that's just man things right there. One-on-one. Boom. And then you're on the ground. He's making the tackle. And then 60 just completely blocks on this, or completely whiffs on his block here. I don't know, right there, 56. Second level block. Just completely whiffs. And this is pretty much how the rest of the game goes. Okay, this play's supposed to be a boot right, but it gets shut down by 95 again. Running out wide. I don't know why he does this. I guess he read that it was going to be a boot. This is a penalty on Michael Jackson for taunting. I absolutely hate these penalties. See 95? And he's just coming. This is supposed to be a boot. See? They're all going this way, faking it. And you can see the guys, we got the levels going. Boop, boop, and boop. And Baker was coming over, but 95 just kind of shuts it down. Baker can't run out this way. So he has to go this way. And he ends up scrambling. And getting the first down here, I think, yeah. But who is it? This guy, he gets called for taunting. And I absolutely hate these penalties. For one, it has nothing to do with the game. Taunting has nothing to do with the game. But you're going to punish the whole team because one guy said something. If anything, fine them. Give them a fine. But the team shouldn't be punished. And it doesn't have anything to do with the game. It doesn't, the play on the field is not affected. So why reward them, the opposing team, the field position? I can't stand those type of penalties. I really can't. Okay, here we go. 87 gets wide open here. Wide open. Look, they just completely forget to cover him. And Baker sees it, and this is a great pass. Look, he's wide open. Throws it right at him. Right at him, and he drops it. Because for some reason, I don't know why, he just keeps, look, here's where the ball, Baker throws it right here. Ball's in the air right here. Payne Durham's right here, and that's where the ball ends up. But for some reason, Payne Durham just keeps going this way. What are you doing? Baker threw it right where he was standing with his arm up. It's like, stop. There's absolutely no reason for you to go this way. He doesn't adjust to the ball until right here when the ball's in the air. It was just like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Again, another boot to the right. We ran a lot of boots in this game. Okay, 65 gets tossed by 95 here. This is a common theme in this game. Just absolutely tossed. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And then just engulfs the runner. And he just, look at that. Oh, that's a violent man. Oof. 78 gets beat by 94, who ends up making the tackle, or getting in on the tackle. Right here. 78 just can't get the leverage there and just gives up the block. And this was horrible running by Bucky. Now, he doesn't have a whole lot to work with here, but he doesn't read his keys at all. You know, like right here, go this way. You know, because I mean, you've got shoulder, helmet to the left, helmet to the left, helmet to the right. Last place you want to go is right here. And that's exactly where he goes. I don't know what's happened to Bucky this year. He's just, I don't know. Just terrible read on his part. And I've seen that all year with him. Well, ever since he's come back from injury. Okay, here's a 3rd and 8. We're still in the second series. Not a single receiver is able to get open this whole time. And, I mean, look at this whole play. Not a single one got any separation this whole time. That whole play. It's man coverage. Or I'm assuming it's man coverage. I don't know. They're sticking to him like it's man coverage, but they couldn't get. I mean, they couldn't get any separation. And look at Rachaad White up here. He totally gives up on this play and starts fighting with this guy while the play is still happening. Watch this. He goes over here, goes over there, right there, and then right here he gives up. Look, they're fighting. Play's still going on. He's turned around and he's shoving this guy. This guy's watching the ball. Here's the ball. And Rachaad's over there pushing him. Don't know how that wasn't a penalty. Offensive pass interference. Ball's in the air. But look at this. Right here, he gives up on the play right here and starts fighting with this guy. He's not even looking at Baker. I'm glad Baker wasn't throwing him the ball. I don't know what's going on with this team, man. I don't get it. All right. Here it is again from the end zone angle. Again, look at this. 88 is blocking 11. You got a double team here. 88 is blocking 11. What in the world is going on? This has been like 8 times in 2 series that this has happened. And it just goes on through like I said, it was like 50% of the time. We would run 11 or 12 personnel and Cade Otton would block an outside linebacker by himself. Let me see. Right here, you can see 65 Feeney. He goes to rib shot 98. Good play. I like his mentality here, but he totally gets olayed, man. The guy just gets out of his way, whoop, and 65 goes right by him. He was trying to get that rib shot. Whoop. I don't know what is this? What is this? He's down here fighting with him, man. While the play's going on a 3rd and 8. This team. All right. Here we go. 3rd series. 95 again. He just tosses 67 this time. It ends up making the tackle. Is that 95? Look at that. Look at that mess. Dude, 67. This is ridiculous, man. This is really sick. And then he just comes in and just makes the tackle. He just tosses 67. That's a man right there. It's a man amongst boys. And he does this all game. Uncalled penalty on this play. 60 holds 93. We got away with quite a few penalties right here. Right there. And again, Bucky Irvin right here, not reading his keys at all. He should have gone, let's see, here. He should have gone here. Right? Yeah. Yeah, because 62, they're double teaming here. 62's coming out. He's blocking here. Your keys tell you go this way. And he just, tries to shoulder his way through. Should have gone this way. Just not reading his keys at all. I don't know what's happened to him. Third and 8. Here we go. 87 gets beat by 11, or 67 does. My bad. Nice spin move. He gets a pressure on him. Look at that. Look at that. Right in his face, too. Where's our guys doing this? When you compare how anemic our defensive line was compared to how aggressive and dominant their defensive line was, it's scary. It was really scary. I was like, oh man, we have got to do something this offseason, or we're going to be bottom of this division quick. And that's a rookie. That's a rookie. He's going to be with them for a long time. Okay, 65 here. He gets beat by 95 again. It's 95 there. And then, let's watch that. Just great move. It's just stupid. He doesn't look at that. Look at that chop. Bam, right here. Just disarms him, hooks him, then drives him back. Ridiculous, man. But then look at this. Look at 78, 60, and 62 all get taken up by this one guy right here. Look at this. He takes them all out. And then still gets by them. Look at this. And I gave our offensive line to end the year a C+, C- grade. In this game, it was a fat F. An E anyhow. D-. Nah, I'd give it an E. Complete failure. It was like this all game from here on out. All right, here's 3rd and 7. Baker definitely should have thrown this ball sooner. Let's see where it goes. Yeah. Right there, the interception. Yeah. See how 2 has to sit? And he's just kind of sitting there waiting. Here's the ball coming now. Baker definitely should have thrown this. He's got a small window right here. That's his window. Ball should have been in the air right here. He's got to get it between these 2 guys and hit 2 as he's running in that direction. But he just waits just a heartbeat too late. I don't think he saw this guy. The defender only moved, if you look at it, he only moved like 3 small steps to the left. Okay, he backs up. All right. there's the throw right there. You see where he's at? So you got 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, boom. And they weren't big steps. So he started off right here, ended up right here. I don't think Baker saw him. Which, that's not an excuse at all. You should be able to see that guy right there. Okay. Here we go. This is the next series. 65 gets pushed back into the pulling lane. Oh, gosh, yeah. So 60 and 78 pull on this one. Well, 65 gets pushed back by, guess who? 95 into the pulling lane. And he ends up blocking all 3 of them. Watch this. They all, it's like a traffic jam here. 65 gets pushed back into 60. 60 blocks 78. And this guy, who they're supposed to be blocking, runs free and just boop, just clobbers Bucky. Oh, that was 97, not 95. Okay, so 97 pushed 60 back. And 14 is beat by 52 on this play too. Let's see, where's 14 at? Right here. Yeah, and here's 52. Not that big of a deal. It's backside, but it makes it so there's nowhere for Bucky to go. You know, he couldn't run this way. Let's look at this from the end zone angle. You can see 65 just gets pushed right back into the pulling lane. It just it's in. Just right here, boom. And then worse, it runs into him, knocks him down. Man. This is a must-win game, y'all. Let's not forget that. And here we go again. You've got 88. This is his assignment. Blocking 11. And look, you got a double team here, 88 blocking 11. We did this so much in this game. It was ridiculous. Okay, 3rd and 10. 62 lays out 26. This is great blocking on his part. Here he is right here. Boom. Look at it. Boom. I love it. Look, he's excited too, man. Should be. It was a good block. These two. He drives him and takes him to the ground. Booyah. This is a great example of Rachaad White's skill, or Rachaad White not having elite running skills. He's got no vision. Here he should have run behind his blocker, 62, who was driving 26 into the dirt. Instead, he targets and tries to shoulder defenders. And you see this with a lot of running backs. It happens with our running backs a lot, where they just want to be power running backs, you know. They just want to run guys over, and they're just not built for it. But he tries to shoulder defenders instead of at least avoiding contact. And he has no contact balance. So let's keep all that in mind. His vision. Here we go. He should run behind 62. Right? What's he do? No. He acts like 62 is not even there. He's going to go this way. All right. Then, instead of avoiding contact, what's he do? He puts the shoulder down right here, and he's just going to shoulder his way. And then, contact balance. This guy just basically bumps into him right here. That's how he gets tackled right here. Watch. That guy bumps him, and he goes down. So I love Rachaad White. I'm going to be really hate that he's going to be gone next year. But it's almost 100% because of his elite pass blocking skills. I mean, he's a good pass catcher. But as far as a running back, he doesn't have the speed, the vision, the contact balance, the strength. You know. But as far as pass blocking goes, we are going to miss him. And I'll show you why here in a little bit. Okay, 67 gets tossed by, it's his turn to get tossed by 95 for the tackle. Look at that. Look at that. Just tosses him. Like he, look at it. And then he just comes in and makes the tackle. That 95 is good. He's scary good. Just tosses him. Good Lord. A good block attempt by 87. Where is 87? Oh, right here. Boom. But 3, great getting off this block. Look at this. He shoulders him right in the gut. Boom. Lifts him up and turns him and makes the tackle. Man, that's really good stuff. I mean, that's Lavonte David type crap right there. That's their new guy, Princely Umanu, Umanu Lilian, whatever his name is, Umanu. He made some good plays in this game too. But if you notice, 87 didn't cut block there. That was a good block on his part, though, 87. I mean, he came in, did the right thing, but he just got whooped on that block. That was one of those ones where everybody did the right thing, but 3 just did it better. This one, I don't know what happens here. 44 just runs right into Mayfield on the handoff and falls down. This is like Bozo the Clown football. What is that? What happened? What in the world happened? I mean, I know it was, the ground wasn't good and all that good stuff, but dang. And they just collide here and 44 just falls down. Boom, look at that. I mean, 6 is strong, though. Look at that. 44 just bounces right off of him. Mayfield doesn't even budge. Yeah, 44 had a horrible game. You're right, Joe. Horrible game. I think he ended up with -4 yards on 4 carries. Okay, here we go. Egbuka ends up uncovered here. It's busted coverage on their part. And again, this must be a weather issue because Mayfield goes to throw the ball and it just like comes out of his hand. But Egbuka is uncovered, busted coverage right here. They blitz. Must have been hot here. I don't know if Baker sees it. Does he call a hot? I'm not seeing anything, but they read it. But look, the ball just falls. He goes back to throw it right here. Ball just falls right out of his hand. Look, he's wide open. And that's where he was throwing it. And I have no idea what happened here. Helmet skin. Look, the ball's out of his hands right here. I just don't know. I don't know. We played bad football in this game, man. This was listed as an aborted snap, and I don't know why. They had one of these listed as an aborted snap, too, where it was a backwards pass that was fumbled, and They listed it as aborted snap. This is one of the reasons why I hate stats, is because you can't trust that they're listing them right. Somebody explain to me what 60 is doing here. He's blocking with 62, right? They're blocking. I'm going to go frame by frame here. And then he just gives up. He stops. Look, 60 just stops blocking here. And he's looking downfield. He's looking down here. Like he just saw somebody in the stands or something. I don't know. But he just quits. And the ball's on the ground. Why is he looking out here? Very strange, man. Very strange. And then also, 67 gets beat by 93. And of course, we just saw right there, 62 and 60 both, they were double teaming 97, and he just splits them and goes right on through. Thanks a lot to Michael Jordan not to just deciding he wasn't going to block anymore. But 67 gets whooped right here by 93. Just like right off the bat, he gets whooped. I mean, really, their saving grace was that these three guys run into each other. Bam, right there. Oh, man. And then Dan Feeney. You see, he's way out here. He decides he's going to block this guy and just slips and falls. This is very, very slippery, apparently. So again, it's just clown ball out here. 3rd and 15. I don't know what Gedeke is doing here, but he gets out to the second level and then stands there. What was he doing? Look, he goes out here, right? He's going to play this guy. I guess that's his responsibility. He goes out here, he stands there, right? And then this guy just comes over here and makes the tackle. What was 67 doing? No idea. Don't know. He just never really tried to block that game. All right, so that was our 3rd and 15. If you notice, we just ran it. Okay, 60 gets beat by 94. Where's 60? Yeah, okay, 60 gets beat by 94. Here we go. Look at that. Just good grief. It's embarrassing. And we're just lucky he didn't make this tackle. 88, again, he's got to stop the tight end here, so he cut blocks him this time. But you don't see 88 do that often. All right. And here we go, 88 blocking 11 again. You got double teams here, but we're going 88 is going to block 11. This turns out about how you would expect. Gets right past him, makes the tackle. Looked like he was holding him too. Right there. I didn't count that as a hold, but I probably should have. Tackle for a loss. I mean, why do we do this? Why were we trying to get Kate Otten out there blocking their premier edge rusher? Y'all know how I feel about that. And we ran it to that side. We actually ran it right at him. I mean, this is supposed to be outside zone. It's supposed to go right here. What in the world are we doing? Well, we were really expecting 88 to get inside leverage here and block up 11 so that 44 could run that away. That was the plan. It might have been a stretch. I don't know. Way 14's coming out here. But regardless, and we did this all game long. And y'all know how I feel about that crap. 3rd and 5. 78 gets tossed by 94. This is that one we looked at. You can see it a lot better from the end zone angle. His feet do get caught up here, right here, but still, he shouldn't be getting tossed like this. But you can see, look at this. 65 gets another pancake here. Boop. So 65, who had a horrible game, did get 2 pancakes in this game. Okay, here we go. 65, he gets tossed again by 95. He gets tossed right in the back of the legs of Gedeke. Oh my gosh. Look at this. It's like bowling. Just what? And this is a man right here. That's a man. Just he's playing like a beast. And then doesn't quite make the tackle, but we see Graham Barton with a good second level block on this one. Where is he? There he is, right here. Oh, yeah. He gets this guy. Nice blocking. Look at that. Drives him to the ground. Love it. Say too. Look at it. Puts all his weight on it too. Like he's up in the air. And spins on him. He's breakdancing on him. You go, Graham. Okay, this play, we're going to look at the end zone angle. And what do you get? Guess what we're going to look at? We're going to look at 88 blocking 11 again. Double team. We're playing duos. 88 blocking 11. What in the world? And of course, it turns out I expect he tosses 88, makes the tackle. Well, almost makes the tackle. Now, see, if you're going to play outside linebacker, Hassan Riddick, this is what you do when a tight end tries to block you. Was not a big fan of our blocking scheme in this game. Okay, guess what? We got 88. He's going to block this outside linebacker this time. And it goes about how you would expect. Boom, gets beat. Guy makes the tackle. And again, let's look at Dan Feeney getting tossed by 95 again. Yeah. Just, what the world? Here's Dan Feeney over here. Here's 95 over here. Come on, man. Dan Feeney did not have a good day. But, like I said, 95 was just doing that to everybody. Now, here is why I talk so highly about Rachaad White. To me, running backs that are good pass protectors are rarely talked about, but they're so vital because here's what happens most of the time. 7 is going to come in and blitz, and 7's got to pick him up. It does not work out good for us. Look at that. 7 comes in. They collide right here. Our 7 gets the worst of this bargain, and this 7 makes the sack. And that's what we can expect to see going forward, losing Rachaad White. You know, because Rachaad White is elite pass protection. This one, this is just weird. I don't know why this wasn't called as, and I'm not even sure how to call it, unnecessary roughness, whatever. He tackles him way out of bounds. I mean, look, he's out of bounds right here. And this guy hasn't even touched him yet. And then he comes in, he tries to, I don't know what he's trying to do there because the ball's on this side. It looks like he's trying to hit the ball out. But then, and then he just tackles him. Look how far out of bounds he is. And you could tell Ibuka was kind of landed kind of rough, man. His ankles were twisted up on this guy, lands right on his ankles. You know? And the ref's standing right here. And how did you not call that? That was a tackle way out of bounds, man. These refs sucked in this game. What else is new, though, right? Okay, 60 gets beat by 94, and 67 gets beat by 95. Okay, 67 gets beat by 95 here. Just couldn't do nothing with him. 60 beat by 94. 94 makes the tackle. Gets in on it anyhow. And here we go. 65 getting beat by 95 for the tackle. Just pushes him out of the way. Right there. '87 beat by 99. Again, tight end going up against their what are their pass rushers? Outside linebackers. This was a crap call, I thought. I thought the Panthers really got robbed on this one. This was called defensive pass interference. Otten just got tripped up by this dude, man. I mean, the guy didn't do anything. Otten brings his leg up right here in between his legs. I'm not sure if I ever remember seeing that called as a penalty, but they did. The Panthers did get robbed in this game, penalty-wise. Dan Feeney. Yeah. He ends up laying out some dude. Here, who is it he lays out? Oh, yeah, right there. Nice shot. 92. He lays out 92. Feeney comes across, lays this guy out. Pooyow. and then lays on top of him. I like it. 88, he pulls on this one, and he should have helped Payne out here, I think. Yeah. Because I think he could see that Payne was going to get beat. Now he turned his head, yeah. Well, right here, look, he's looking right there. He should have come out. But instead what he does is he comes out as like he's like, oh, I better go out there and do some pressure relief. But then he was covered. Boom, boom, boom. And they got called for a penalty there. Again, 60 gets beat by 95 for a tackle. Look at that. Just 95 just swims right past him. Just silly. Sean Tucker, man, he couldn't get nothing going. 62 is useless on this play. I don't know what he's doing. right here. He bumps 95 and then he falls down. That's him laying down over here. That's Barton over here on his hands and knees. Don't know what's going on there. Okay. 78 almost pancakes 95 here, but 78 is just too much. He's too nice. Like a great play by 78. Swipe, both hit, double hand swipe, takes him down, and he's got him, but then he lets him up. Come on, man. Lay on him. Put your weight on him. And that's 95 too. That's the one that's been causing havoc across our whole offensive line. Booyah. Wirfs doing it. Good job, Wirfs. Too nice though, man. 60 gets beat by 92 for the tackle, and 65 gets beat by 94. Let me see. 62 beat here. Yeah. And then 60. Oh, no, 64 beats, or 94 beats 65 right here. Yeah. So the reason why there's a lot of offensive line play in this is because they sucked and because we ran the ball so damn much. 78 drives 95 to the ground on this one. Now remember, 95 has been beating up our guys all day long. Wirfs finally said, I've had enough of it. Look at it. Drives him down the line and woof, takes him to the ground. But instead of going down and putting his weight on top of him, again, 78's too nice. He tries to avoid it. 88, where is he at? Right here. Again, he's blocking 98, outside linebacker, gets beat, makes a tackle. That's how you're supposed to do it if you're an outside linebacker. I mean, how many times throughout the season have I pointed out Reddick or Nelson or Yaya just getting pushed 5 yards down the field by a tight end? You know, this is how you're supposed to do it. Probably helped a little bit that Egbuke was standing here in the way of the running back. And here we go. This is the last series. 65 gets beat by 94. Oh my gosh. 94 doesn't make the tackle though, because 95 is too busy throwing 60 into him. Dan Feeney had a rough day. And then here, 60 gets beat by 94 for the tackle. So there we have it. As you can see, a lot of running. I mean, we really didn't run or pass. Hardly. I mean, it was just, when I looked at the stats and it said we passed 22 times, I was like, what? I don't remember us passing that much at all. It didn't feel like it for sure. And a lot of it was screens, short passes. Yeah. Our fourth offensive series we had, it was an atrocious series. 6 minutes and 14 seconds, we ran off the clock. We went 29 yards in 9 plays. We had a fumble, scramble. That was when Sean Tucker ran into, it was the same series where he ran into Baker. It's not good. It was not, we shouldn't have won this game. It was not good football on our part. Ugh. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. It's my team, man. I try to be honest. The saving grace was our quarterback was better than their quarterback. That was the saving grace. And Cade Otton, are we going to keep Cade Otton next year? Man, he was 99% of this game. He was in. How many snaps did he take? He was in. God, he caught all of his passes. He 96%. 64 out of 67 offensive plays he was on the field. That's incredible. He does this every year, year in, year out. And he was a vital part of this game. I mean, he was blocking his butt off. Wasn't that effective, but they had him blocking outside linebackers alone like 30 times. I'm not a fan of that. I never will be a fan of that. Rob Gronkowski is about the only tight end that I would say you can put him up against. You can put him up against anybody. But I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do with Cade Otton. I think it really depends on the offensive coordinator we're going to get. You know, whether we're going to, how he's going to play tight ends as to whether we re-sign Cade Otton or not. I don't know. I think Jason likes Cade Otton. I think the locker room likes Cade Otton. And I don't think he's going to ask for much or deserve much. You know, somewhere in $5 million a year, somewhere between 5 and 10 million, not 10 million, somewhere between 5 and 8 million. I don't know. What's he getting now? But we got, you know, I like our tight ends. I mean, are they, like I said, are they world beaters? No. But they're serviceable. I don't think we use them enough in the pass game. Culp, you know, I think we don't use him enough at all, period. But Payne Durham, you know, he runs really great routes. I think he runs great routes. I'm looking for Cade Otton, how much his contract was. He was still on it. Yeah, so okay, he was making what? Almost $4 million a year. Yeah, there's a good possibility. Well, he's made $7 million. Okay. Yeah. So last year he made 3.7 million. Before that, he was making less than $1 million a year. Yeah, I think I'd keep him for 5 million, 6, 7 million, maybe even 8. Yeah. I don't know. Eight's stretching it. I don't know if he's going to get that anywhere else. You let K go. Hey, Rampage, what's up, man? Didn't even see you in here. Rampage, you would let everybody go. Which I'm not. I'm like, I'm kind of on a burn it all down mindset myself right now. I like our guys, man. I going to be really sad to see Rachaad White go. I like him. He's like Cade Otton. They're very dependable. You know what you got with them. You think he's going to want 10 million? Man, I can't see him getting 10 million. I don't think we would pay him $10 million. I don't know though. But I mean, gosh, he does so much for us. It's going to be a tough one. And it's going to really tell you a lot what direction our team's going to go, how we deal with Kate Otten. Ben Bredesen and Zion McCollum are healthy and ready to play. We got them. We lost 4 draft spots by winning. What are we, 13th or 14th? What are we? That was a real loss. And we got Bulls. That was a real loss, yeah. Telling you, man. I'm still thinking they might do something. I don't know. What, there's nine teams right now without coaches with vacancies. Maybe the Glazers are like, look, there's way too many teams looking for coaches right now. Maybe we'll just wait till next year when there's less teams or something. I saw somebody, I think it was I can't remember who it was. One of the big sports guys said that there were 10 new head coaches last year or the year before last, and 8 of them are gone now. 8 of them are fired. I was like, woof. Only 2 head coaches from 2020, what would that be, 2023, remain. Like, man, it's a crapshoot, ain't it? Okay. What was I looking at? Where we're drafted. 15th. Okay. So we lost, what'd you say, Tom? We lost 4 draft picks. I remember Gotti was saying we could have got up to 10 if things would have fallen our way, if we would have lost and a couple other things. Yeah, 15. Right in the middle of the pack. That's where we are, man. We're average. We are an average team. I'd say towards the end of the season, though, we were below average. Hey, what's up, Corey? Yeah, Baker did lose his games. I'll say that. I'd say 3, maybe 4, with just bad decision stuff. But no, I mean he won us many more games than he lost us. I think Baker's our quarterback. He's our franchise quarterback. He's going to be here until he decides to leave or coach decides to fire him. But he's not been the reason we've lost. I mean, I'm a 100% say our defense is the reason. Even the games where the offense had the ball and they couldn't come back and won, and Baker throws an interception, I'm still going to blame the defense because we should never be in that position to begin with. They should be shutting teams down, and they don't. Our defense has been playing like garbage for years. The 16th best rookie class. Huh? Again, I can't judge anybody on this team right now for this year. I don't know what happened, but there was a complete meltdown. Our veterans, everybody, and you got to point to the head coach for that. I mean, that's just who else are you going to point to? It was a complete collapse by the head coach. So it's hard for me to evaluate anybody. I mean, even Freeney, I'm seeing Freeney getting tossed around out there, and I'm like, I can't judge the guy because this team itself is just playing like garbage. I mean, we had Mike Evans play his butt out on his first game back. But other than that, and some of the stuff that Baker Mayfield did at the beginning of the year, Egbuke had some good games, blew up. Other than that, though, I mean, can you name anybody that dominated any of the games that we played? No, I don't think anybody really stood out this year. Well, I mean, Winfield was a dang non-factor. Levante, if you ask me, I think he played poor compared to how he normally plays. He played about as well as he did last year. Vita, last few games of the season, he was checked out. Just nobody played good. We got to re-sign Otten or draft 2 tight ends. Yeah, that makes sense too. I mean, dance with the lady that brung you, right? What's up, G-Dubs? Liam was in the building. What rank was the defense last year? Yeah, defense sucked last year too. But, Liam overcome that crap. What's up, Adam? Adam, congratulations, man. You won the ESPN fantasy football. Did you come in to get your trophy? Creamsicle Crushers. You had a great year. Went 13-1. I was the only one to beat you, man. Yeah, we're closer to the bottom of the barrel than the top. Yeah. 2 hours before opening game next year, I'm going to be like, there's still a chance Bowles are going to get fired. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, Joe. The Panthers get the first place schedule. Yeah, can we sign 95 Brown from the Panthers? Derek Brown. Yeah, they've got some rising stars over there. That Prince, Nick Scorton, Cam Jackson, Ashawn Robinson. They got a Bobby Brown and a Michael Jackson on their team. He goes by Mike, though. Mike Jackson. I guess to distinguish himself from that other one. Bobby Brown and Mike Jackson. And we got a Michael Jordan. Too much money in draft capital invested in wide receiver. Yeah, how are we looking cap wise next year? Are we finally out of this mess? Let me see. Cap space, 18th, 22 million. That's not a lot. Damn. And that includes all those free agents we have this year. Good grief. We got no money, man. We broke. Where's all of our money? Oh, Baker Mayfield, Tristan Wirfs, Chris Godwin, Antoine Winfield Jr., Luke Gedeke, Vita Vea, Zion McCullum. That's where all of our money's at. Baker's getting $52 million? No. Is that right? It's a cap hit. Dead cap is $55 million. His roster bonus is $30 million next year. Oof. Okay. His salary is $10 million. Signing is from his prorated from his signing bonus, 5.8 million. Another $6.2 million prorated for restructure, and then a $30 million roster bonus. So it's a $52 million cap hit for Baker in 2026. Woof. Eek. Zzz. I didn't realize it was that much. I know where all our money went. I found it. Winfield had 3 turnovers and 3 whistles one game. Yeah, well, it was kind of like Evans. He had the one game against when he came back. I can't even remember what game that was. He puts up like 130 some yards, everything, just killing it, and then just kind of did his Mike Evans thing after that. Houston's 4D lineman, yeah. Just give me Houston's defensive coordinator. It's really the head coach who's causing that. But yeah, that team's going to get picked apart this year, I bet. Rampage says, you don't dance with the lady who brought you, who also wants to take all your money, and the better lady is hitting on you. Adam had everybody, man. He had Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, Stevenson, running back from New England, Puka Nacua, T. Higgins, A.J. Barner, Travis Etienne, Broncos defense. They were good for like 20 points a game. Jake Bates. He had Rico Dowdle. Had 3 defenses, man. He was hoarding defenses. The Broncos, Jaguars, and Saints. You get jealous of defenses like Seattle, where the last 9 games they went 8-1, and Sam Darnold had 8 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Yeah, imagine the offense not always having to be the reason the Bucs win, right? I know, Corey. I can't stand when it's 3rd down, our defense is on the field, and you just know. I mean, you just know. You're like, yeah, we're not going to stop them. I'm used to having a defense where if you get to 3rd down, the defense is going to stop them. That's what I like, especially if it's 3rd and anything over 2. That's what you want. A defense that, if you just get them 3rd down, hold them on 1st, hold them on 2nd, make them play 3rd down, you're going to get the ball back. That's how defense is supposed to play. I miss having defenses like that. It's been a long time, many, many, many years. Defensive tackle at Atlanta. Orahurahura, Ruke, Orahurahura. What do you say, Rubabub? Rubabub? Yeah, with the amount of talent that the Atlanta Falcons have, I was really scared of them this year. For Raheem Morris not to be able to win with this talent is a travesty. It just goes to show how bad of a coach he is. I mean, he kind of did the same thing with us, but I'm just worried that they're going to get a good coach in there. You know, Harbaugh interviewed with him. And, you know, if they get a good coach in there, man, we're going to have a trouble for a while with them. I wonder if they're going to draft a quarterback this year. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Yeah, 98. Ruke Ahura. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Or Horo. Ahura. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got him listed as somebody to watch on the Falcons. Oh man, I tell you. It was sad watching this. Really sad. I need to go back and watch the game, the broadcast version, because it was just it was so much better than watching the game film. The game film was sad. It was bad. Our offensive line was just getting thrown around. And then tight ends were getting beat up. Our running backs were playing dumb. Quarterback was having to scramble, and anytime he did drop back to pass, he saved our butts. Our wide receivers couldn't get open. They weren't even really trying that I saw. And then on defense, of course, that was just a disaster over there. No. If Baker would have gone out, yeah, we wouldn't have won another game. We wouldn't have won the 2 games we did at the end. We definitely wouldn't have gone 8-9. Now Baker was the reason we won the games we did and the reason we lost some of the games we did. I'm sticking with Baker though, man. He's our boy. Oh, you talking about Raheem didn't have a quarterback? He had one. He just chose to sit him on the bench and play Penix. Yeah, I'm telling you, you watch. If they're going to get a good coach come in there in Atlanta, they're going to be a really good team if they get a good coach. Yeah, Logan Hall's gone. Got to be, right? I mean, there's no way we're bringing him back. It was hard to watch, Tom. We won solely on the feet of Baker Mayfield. Him scrambling a few times for third downs is the only reason why we won. Oh, and the refs. The refs helped us out quite a bit. KDOT and market value is $8 million. That's top end. I wouldn't pay. I'd question paying $8 million for him. But yeah, okay, that makes sense though. I don't know. I can't see a team paying that much for him. What is the? We look at the league for tight ends. What? So, oh, it's 2026. I'm like, this ain't making sense. Travis Kelce, he's top of the league. 20 million. Mark Andrews, 18 million. Hawkinson, 17 million. And then a huge drop. Oh, wait. Okay. Then Colby Parkinson, 10 million. Taysom Hill at 14 million. He don't really count. All right. So when you're looking at $8 million guys, you're looking at Mike Gesicki. Yeah. Yeah. He's definitely not up there with Dawson Knox and Cole Kmet, George Kittle, Hunter Henry. I mean, yeah, 8 million isn't that far off. Makes sense. Trey McBride's getting almost 10. Cade Otton's getting 4 right now. Huh. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, I don't think we're keeping Logan Hall, faux show, or Jamel Dean. Keefe, you think where he's gone? Sean Tucker. You worried about the Saints, Kate? Yeah, the Shuck looked like he might be the real deal, and they got a coach who knew how to slot him in and adjust the offense around him. I thought they did a really good job with not giving him too much. Re-sign Tucker. You think Cade will get 10 million? Yeah. Looking at what the other tight ends are getting and all the competition, it wouldn't surprise me if somebody took a chance on him at 10. Whether we'll pay 8 million for him, I don't know. He'd probably stay here for 8 million, even if somebody offered him 10. Lights a moron if he gives Cade good money. Cade's a grinder, man. Gosh. Austin Hooper. He's making $5 million a year. Juwan Johnson, he's making $5 million. That's crazy. Pat Freiermuth is making $13 million a year. That's insane. Kyle Pitts making 11. David Njoku, 11.5 million. Dallas Goedert, he's making 11 million. All right, I guess I got to get off here and go eat some dinner. Molly's cooking up some stuff, so got to do that. Hopefully, we'll hear some news about some coordinator positions, or maybe even a head coach getting fired. We've got Mike McDaniel's coming in Friday. Today we had Todd Monken in person. Most of our coaching interviews have been virtual so far that I've seen, at least any of the big names. We've already got the Rooney Rule out of the way, so we can expand our scope, I guess. We probably want to hear for a while, I would imagine, what they're going to decide to do, right? A couple weeks, maybe. I know. We're going to start doing draft stuff. I was looking today at the game film I've got available. I got Sony Styles, Jalen Sneed. I've got 50 linebackers. Now 49 linebackers. As far as edge goes, I've got 41 edge guys. Alabama, Auburn, Clemson, Florida, Fresno State, Indiana, Iowa, Iowa State, Louisville, LSU, Miami, Michigan, Mississippi State, Northwestern, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Oregon, Penn State, Tennessee, Texas, Texas A&M, and Virginia Tech. So we're going to start diving into them, seeing what we can see. So we're going to do this again, where we focus on the defensive line and the edge guys, or the linebackers, and Jason Light's going to draft a tight end just to fool everybody. I will scream. We got to get some edge rush. We got to get the pass rush. We got to. There's no doubt about it, man. We got to do it. And it's got to hit. It's got to hit. No, Rampage, at all. It's never happened. Never happened. Yeah, I don't care about attitudes, Joe. I mean, I don't want nice guys. Yep. We've got enough of them. Not enough of nice guys. I want guys that are going to chew through concrete just to punch somebody in the face. We need it. I don't know if y'all heard my story. I told about the podcast. The Miami players were talking about Ndamukong Suh when he got there. And after a couple of weeks, he had a players only meeting that he called the coaches into and chewed everybody out. And he said, if I see anybody, he said, if you're not giving everything to this, I don't want you on this team, and I'm going to do everything I can to get you fired. And he called out the coaches too. He said, that includes you. And then he went around the room and started pointing the guys out that he was talking about. I was like, when? And they said there were coaches that were like trying to make their case to sue, you know. I was like, man, that's the kind of crap we need in our locker room again. It's these no BS guys. and on the field. But yeah, those two Miami players, they were like, it was the best player meeting or the best meeting we have ever seen by far. That's crazy. All right, guys, I got to get off here. I appreciate y'all hanging out, and we're going to start doing our draft stuff. So get ready. And if any news pops up about coordinators or coaches or anything like that, we'll jump on and talk about it. So anyhow, till next time, go Bucs. Wrong one. Press the wrong button, dummy.